What's going on, people? Back with another video. Hopefully you guys are having a fantastic day. It is Monday. The weekend is over. Super Bowl Sunday is done. The football season is finally over with. We're going to be looking towards the off season, looking at some spring practices, looking at the draft, all the other good stuff. It's going to be pretty cool. This James Pierce situation is basically forefront if you're a Falcons fan, or if you're following the Falcons or whatever. It's in the forefront. And what happened with him is very unfortunate. And I definitely don't want to get into that too much, but I will say this. If you are in a situation with your significant other, or you have, or you know somebody in that situation, like a son or a nephew or whatever, pull them aside or evaluate what happened with James Pierce, and don't let it be you. I mean, that's basically what I gotta say. This is a teachable moment for all of us young men, or all of us men out there in general, that, hey, look, you don't want to lose it because you can't control yourself. Whatever you got going on, walk away from that situation and keep your nose clean and keep your head up high. No matter what happens, the important thing is your preservation, because what you got going on is important. No matter if you're a football player or you work at McDonald's, you're a young man, you got something important. But I don't want to get too much more into that, but I will say this to piggyback off it. Let's talk a little bit of football on that. But on that situation, it's possible that the Falcons officially lost that trade against the Rams, because we don't know what's going to happen with him. But it doesn't mean that the Falcons situation is a lost cause. You still got this front office coming in. You still got these guys going out to scout, or whatever the case may be. And yes, you would love to have somebody with that production on the field, and he may still be here, but it doesn't mean that the Falcons are dead in the water. It is not. Yes, it's something that other teams may troll on, and oh yeah, you wasted a pick, and look what it got you, this, that, and the third. It's gonna be hard to replace that, but I still think the Falcons are gonna be okay. It would be nice to have him back on the field. Hopefully everything is okay to the point where he can play football again, but it ain't looking good. And we, as fans, probably have to look at a situation where that James Pierce may be gone for a significant amount of time, or he may be gone altogether. So what does this mean? Leonard Floyd looks really good right now. Leonard Floyd looks pretty good right now. I know it not to make too much light of the situation, but if you're Leonard Floyd, you're probably looking at Ian Cunningham and him like, hey, 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 look, I'm here, if you're Arnold Ebiketie, you're probably looking like, hey, you want to talk a little bit, so it does bode well when you look at it from that side, or whatever the case may be, because I don't think that we're necessarily going into the draft to look for a pass rush. I don't see that happening. There's probably going to be something where some of the circumstances may be mitigated, and James Pierce may still be on the roster. He may just be suspended. I think one of the main things is, and I really don't want to go back and forth with this James Pierce situation, but it looked like that's going to be the case with this video. If he didn't put his hands on Miss Jackson, that will be very helpful. Yeah, ramming your car into her car and hitting the police. Yeah, I get that, but I hate to say it like this. I think the NFL would more, be lenient to something like that compared to him actually putting his hands on her. But I still think, at the bare minimum, off the top of my head, 4 games. The bare minimum 4 games he will be gone. I don't see anything like that being less than that, or, but so we still probably looking at somebody we may want to sign just in case. Also, the rest of the team. The rest of the team is in pretty good shape. Even with the Michael Penix situation, I think that the Falcons are still in a pretty solid ground. I mean, one man don't dictate the entire team, even if it's the quarterback. One man don't dictate the entire team. Yes, some places or some positions may be more detrimental to others, but you still got to go out there and show and prove. Even without James Pierce, I think the Falcons can still win 10 games. And 10 games will, the way it looked like, the 10 games will make you look like you're dominating the NFC South. But as far as James Pierce go, it's not looking good, man. And the only thing I can say is teach your brothers, teach your nephews, teach your cousins, teach your sons. It's okay to walk away. Even if you're making a $40,000 to $50,000 a year salary, or you're making millions like James Pierce, walk away. Because no matter what happens, I mean, you're going to be looked at in a wrong in some form or fashion. The standard is there, whether it be a double standard or not. You as a man gotta have the control and you gotta have the leadership to walk away from situations. I don't care how bad it gets with her. I mean, there's one thing about self-defense, but that's a different story. But 9 times out of 10, walk away. Walk away. You don't want to, I have a son right now, and my main thing right now, I'm trying my best to show him how to love and care for a woman through my wife. I'm trying my best, I just, because you just don't want, the worst thing, I can imagine how James Pierce's mom is feeling right now, seeing his mugshot after everything that she said and done this past, few days or so. That gotta hurt, man. That has to hurt. It's crazy. But, with him, hopefully he gets the help that he needs. As far as the Falcons go, I don't think that this is the worst situation in the world, regardless. You're gonna have to take another look at Leonard Floyd. You're gonna have to take another look at Arnold Ebiketie. You're probably gonna have to take a look at somebody else on the outside of the organization to sign to compensate a little bit of what you lost. Because like I said, bare minimum 4 games. Bare minimum. Once the facts come out and everything shakes, some charges may be dropped, the police may have or the prosecutors or whatever may have a change of mind about what they want to do with this situation. I mean, I understand you're in Florida, but still, you may want to, look into that as well, because a lot of things could change between now and his, next court appearance. So, and even with that, the NFL is still going to come down with their own suspension situation, and I think at the minimum 4 games is what we're looking at. He could be even longer, depends on what happens. But nevertheless, the Falcons still have to, get themselves in order to actually have some type of compensation, whether signing somebody or just rolling with the punches and find strengths elsewhere, so James Pierce production don't be that big of a detriment to the team. Because if you can find production elsewhere on the field, 10.5 sacks or 10.5 sacks, I get it. But if you get a shutdown corner on the opposite side of A.J. Terrell to give you 5 interceptions, it kind of balances out, right? I mean, I guess it depends on what time of the year it happens. I mean, but, you just got to find something to compensate what you're going to lose, and that's going to be tough. It's going to be difficult. But like I said, I hope he is in good spirits. Hopefully get the help that he deserves. And, and there's no doubt without saying that hopefully Miss, I think her name is Rashea Jackson. I hope that she's in good spirits, and I hope she gets all the help she needs, because honestly, let's be honest, guys. Honestly, let's be honest. But to be honest, that is the most important thing, her well-being, because we take care of our women, right? We take care of our women. We want to make sure they're good. All this stuff doesn't matter if she's not okay. But I just hope she's good. Whatever happens, I hope she's good. But I'm gonna get out of here, man. Just wanted to throw that out there a little bit about James Pierce. Had a day or so to think about it. And it's real unfortunate, but when it comes to football, you still gotta compensate for whatever it may not be there. And as far as James Pierce, hopefully he gets the help that he needs, because he's going to need a lot of help. And he's going to have a lot of reflection, as well as Miss Jackson. Hopefully she's good and everything. But I'm going to get out of here. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. And I'll see you on the next one. All right, y'all. Peace.